with 4.61 million websites using Shopify globally and over $250 billion worth of transactions processed in 2023 alone, Shopify has crushed its competition. And in this video, we'll find out how, and we'll also look at how you can apply these competition-crushing tips for your own business. It seems you can't buy anything online without coming across Shopify. It's everywhere. Trainers, Shopify. Laptops, Shopify. Sofas, Shopify. Fridge freezers. Yep, Shopify. The rate of Shopify store growth is insane, especially for an e-commerce platform. It's beginning to seem like the only way to buy anything online is through Amazon or Shopify. But how have they managed to grow so big? My name's Mark from TLDR Marketing. We've picked out our top 5 genius moves that we believe have catapulted Shopify into e-commerce domination. Let's get into it. It's crazy to think that Shopify started out as a custom CMS to sell snowboards. Yep, you heard that right, snowboards. But this leads us into our first genius move by the founders of Shopify that powers the remaining 4 genius moves. Products that are built to solve frustrations can be incredibly successful. Imagine your biggest frustration. Mine is having to tie my shoelaces for the past 39 years. Does my head in. The solution? Velcro shoes. Skechers. Does the price matter? Does it matter if Skechers are $200? No, because it solves my frustration. Anyway, the founders of Shopify inadvertently tapped into this when they created the platform by creating a solution, a CMS that did what they wanted it to do to cure their frustration, a bunch of CMS that didn't do what they wanted to do. Now sure, that's great, but eventually competitors will emerge and it'll get harder. But the real genius in this first move is that Shopify kept building for frustrations as part of their core strategy. They saw themselves as customers of their own product. The last comment about Shopify founders seeing themselves as customers of their own product ties us nicely into genius move number 2. Your customer success is your success. For Shopify, it means the more money their customers make, the more money Shopify make. This is ultimately how Shopify operates, and we can see this when we look at their annual results. There are 2 categories of income that make up the majority of Shopify's revenue: subscription solutions revenue and merchant solutions revenue. That's hard to say. As of 2023, 73.4% of that revenue came from investing in the success of their customers in the form of payment processing fees, referral fees, advertising revenue, and the sale of point-of-sale hardware, also known as merchant services revenue. Every sale that goes through any single Shopify website charges a payment processing fee when a card is used. Some of that covers cost, but some of it goes into the piggy bank. So the more successful a customer is, the more Shopify makes through fees, payment processing fees. But that's not all. A growing customer will need more and more features from the Shopify platform, which means their subscription level may need to go up and up and up. But what have Shopify done to invest in their customer success? Great question. That leads us on to genius move number 3. Before we get to genius move number 3, if you've made it this far, we've either bored you into an early nap or you're genuinely interested in the content that we're making. Now is the time to subscribe. Trust me, you'll thank me later. The TLDR Marketing channel is here to distill decades worth of knowledge and digital marketing know-how from our successful UK-based agency into your brain. And also, if you're interested in Shopify and you've got a business that might use it, look at the link in the description. There's a bit more information about it if you want to get started. Okay, let's get back to it. Complication is the enemy of happiness. Needing to have a degree in quantum mechanics to operate your shiny new CMS is not something any entrepreneur or business owner has time for. And this was a principle understood early on by the Shopify founders. Keep it simple. Stupid? So how exactly have Shopify managed to keep it simple? Again, who has time to find a hosting provider? Which hosting provider? What type of hosting? DNS? With most other CMS platforms, you need to sort this out yourself or work with an agency to help you sort it, which equals more cost. not with Shopify. Hosting is a barrier to entry for certain types of customers and certain types of businesses. By removing this barrier to entry, Shopify has opened up its doors to a wider set of potential customers. If anyone has had any experience of setting up payment gateways to e-commerce website platforms, you will know how tricky this can be. Once again, with Shopify payments, it's as simple as submitting personal information alongside bank and business information to get verified and set up. This means that there is no technical setup, no API callbacks, no need to liaise with developers. The Shopify marketplace contains themes and apps that allow customers to extend their Shopify installation with new features that aren't native to the Shopify platform, essentially allowing Shopify to plug the gap with features that they may build into the platform in the future. Remember genius move number 2, your customer's success is your success? Well, this applies to app developers as well, who can make money selling their apps on the Shopify marketplace. Shopify takes a cut of this, about 20%, so the better their customers do, app developers, the better Shopify does. So there we have it. There are loads more examples, but in these examples, it just shows that Shopify takes the heavy lifting, the technical work, away from the customer so they can focus on growing their business. This has been key in the last 4 to 5 years with the growth of e-commerce via dropshipping through channels such as Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The points we mentioned in Genius Move number 3 have dramatically lowered the barrier to entry for anyone wanting to sell products. This hasn't been lost on Shopify either, with pages on Shopify.com dedicated to educating people on how to sell different product types through the Shopify platform. This everyone is a customer mindset effectively allows Shopify to build a top-of-the-funnel audience. This audience may start businesses on Shopify and start selling products. This means more subscription revenue for Shopify, more payment processing revenue for Shopify, and potentially more app revenue for Shopify. It's pretty clever. Making friends with your enablers does not sound like good advice, and in most cases, it's not. But if we look at who Shopify's enablers are, it actually does make sense. Development agencies, advertising agencies, social media influencers. These enablers can help Shopify bring in both high and low ticket customers over time. Let's use a development agency as an example. In our agency, Shameless Plug below, we work with many different development agencies who work with our clients to either migrate websites, create new websites, or develop on existing websites. And often when it comes to migrations, we find that our clients are moving to Shopify. This is where the Shopify Partner Program comes in. It allows development agencies to take a 20% cut of the revenue generated by moving a customer onto the Shopify platform. And once again, genius move number 2, your customer success, the development agencies in this case, is your success. So there we have it. How has Shopify went from a custom CMS selling snowboards to processing over $250 billion worth of transaction volume? Through helping their customers succeed, whether that is development agencies, entrepreneurs, or content creators.